More drones are seen. This time, it is not over the U.S. It's in another country, and they've been seen in other countries recently. But this is from the Chinese media, and on this particular program, they believe straight up. They say on the media that they believe it is a UFO fleet. Give props to Red Panda Koala for posting this up on his account. Let me play this piece of media, and then we'll talk about what it means on the other side. Here it is.
Please, General, show everyone what you think this is. This scene appeared in Fujian, and of course, many netizens have captured it on their phones. We first noticed an unidentified flying object. According to eyewitnesses, it initially appeared as a dot and then spread out into a geometric pattern. At first, people thought it was a drone, but then the number of flying objects increased and the shape suddenly turned into a circle, leading many to doubt that it was a drone.
The image you see here beside it, many netizens also eagerly commented online that it amazingly looked like the famous 7 stars aligning, magnificently breaking through the clouds, and astonishingly it lasted for about an entire minute.
I believe it's a UFO fleet. Why do I say this? Don't doubt it. The US military said it themselves. They've declassified a lot of information proving and finding many unidentified flying objects in the sky. Even American pilots have seen many of them, but at the time it was all sealed. After all, the world is vast, and the universe is even more boundless. It's hard to say what can happen, but it's possible there are technologically advanced beings that surpass us, beings that are more advanced than Earth. But watching this film, it's clear to me that it's definitely not a drone. Why? Because just look at the cloud layers. The brightness of a drone wouldn't be this intense. No matter how bright a drone is, it wouldn't reach this level. The brightness shining through the clouds, showing it's above the cloud layer, and still being that bright is impressive. Especially when we observe there, from the witnesses' observations, it changes speed quickly. Unlike airplanes which follow a certain flight path, these objects change rapidly. So I think it's likely that this is the UFO fleet, with many U-5s appearing simultaneously over Jiangzhou. It's something worth investigating further, as this world is big and the universe vast, far beyond what Taiwan or our small Earth can comprehend.
Moreover, the US has previously observed numerous unidentified flying objects in the sky, which they also couldn't explain, so we can only suggest it might be aliens visiting.
All right, so this is a comment for people who, not as much, I don't see that as much on this channel anymore, but when I started, I did. There were a lot of comments of, why does this only happen in the States? Why is it only an American thing to see these things in the sky? Well, first of all, that's never been the case. It's always been in different countries. There's been many different reports of different countries that have seen these things. But this particular thing, if you're looking into this topic and you see it and you're just discovering it, this happened this weekend that they saw these things, right? And this is the other thing where I don't think it is as taboo when you hear other countries talking about it. They don't shame people the way that they do over here when you're talking about this subject matter, because I was even looking at something recently, and I don't remember what it was, something real or something that I was scrolling of, and I saw it on Instagram, and I said to myself, it doesn't seem very real. It seems like it's BS. And when I looked into it further, it was just something that this guy had kind of created. It was something about some cave that there was this a guy who they found a photograph from in I don't know in ancient times. They found a photograph from like 1920, and it turned out it was just a bunch of BS. But my point is that all these different things pop in to your algorithm and other things to try to make people try to make things look real all the time, whether it's AI, these other things. So the real and not real start to get blurred because people don't believe stuff anymore. So there's certain things that are coming up and popping up. You go, okay, this is another thing of just AI. I saw something, there was some kind of footage recently that looked more real. And someone said, AI is a hell of a thing. And it's not an unfair comment to put out there, because now you can fake anything that you want to do, and you can fake anything that you want your hits and your likes and all that type of stuff, so people can do. This is not one of those cases. Inside of this, I like the openness of this. It seems general who's talking about how he believes it is a UFO fleet, and what does that mean overall? If it is indeed first, and there's another report. I didn't get a chance to talk about this yet, but I think there was something along the lines of what Matt Laszlo from Askapol was talking about the FAA and saying that the FAA said that it wasn't approved, the Jersey drones. It wasn't. As the administration said, yeah, this was FAA approved, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to look into that they said that they did not approve that, and if that's the case, why wasn't that a bigger follow up in a press conference? So someone bring that up in the media. Someone bring it up. I don't care. Listen, if you're in the media and you watch this channel for some reason, hey, at the next press conference, I don't care if you give them credit or not. Do it yourself. Pretend it's yours. Say, hey, listen, there was an interview that said the FAA actually didn't approve those drones. What's the deal? Because there's no follow-ups on these things. It's just usually just take this sandwich and eat it. I just threw it up. It doesn't matter. Eat it again. That's all we're giving you. But now when it comes to this story, and you have these drones that are flying around in other countries, and this guy says it's not drones. You can tell it's not drones because of the way that they move, the brightness of it, all that. This is general that is saying these things. And then there's drones flying around out here that we say, oh, it's FAA approved. Don't talk about it anymore. What does it mean overall if it is indeed something more than that? And whatever these things are now flying over other countries, what does it mean? Is it a synced up thing? What the hell is going on overall? There is so much deception with this topic. It is insane. So what do you guys make of this particular story? For some reason, this story to me is something that really should stand out more, because here is another government in, again, another country saying, yeah, this is what we believe it is. And we know for a fact that the U.S. has declassified things and done things, and we're going to be talking about that more here. And does that lead to the other idea of this? This is still a question that I don't really fully understand the answer to, and that is, and I don't know if it's just because we have so much technology on this stuff already. There's this, in the same way, this race that there was to get to the moon, there is for this equipment. Is why aren't other countries disclosing? If they're like, okay, look, the U.S. isn't going to say anything. Why are we worried about what the hell they're going to say? We'll be the ones to disclose to the world what we know. Why are they? Why is everyone in agreement? Oh yeah, sure. Well, let the U.S. That what I will say. It's like when it comes to earlier when I mentioned that people always go, how does this only happen in the U.S.? What I don't understand is why is it always the U.S. looks like it's going to be the one to disclose it? It's got to be on us. I mean, there's different countries, obviously, that have been seeing these things for years upon years upon years. Why aren't they disclosing? Maybe that's what needs to happen, because this deception and quietness over here is horrible. It's so stupid. You can't trust anybody anymore. Every other day you get a report of that person. Oh, you know that person that they're really pushing forward, that this is the guy that you should be listening to? Well, he might be a plant. And that person over there, they're a plant. That person there, it's like this misinformation to have misinformation, that person would give me misinformation. Maybe that's misinformation. It's so confusing, and it's so disheartening, because it's like, if that's the case, to kind of throw you off the track in general, whatever it might be, whether it's the fact that A, that person is a plant, B, the person isn't a plant, but they're trying to get discredited. It's like the dishonesty, and like, we're just not going to let people know because it's our secret. It's not their secret. I kindly say F you. Almost used the curse, didn't do it, but I kindly say F you on that. So I really do hope wherever the information comes out, it's a worldly thing, and that somebody lets it out and we find out exactly what the hell's going on. You think that this stuff is a UFO fleet? Fine. Work together with other governments and let's figure it out. It's way more important that it is, in case the fact, this trivial in the long run. The problems that are happening that they bring up at the UN meetings and all these other things, trivial compared to this stuff overall, if it is indeed the case. Like, well, you know, our countries aren't getting along because this treaty, and stick the treaty or stick anything else up your rear end and let's figure out what this is. In general, What is this? If it is indeed a thing that the world should know about, if it's a thing that could change the world, if it's a thing that could bring about peace, if it's a thing that can bring about energy, if it's a thing that could save people in general, then it should be. But there's too much greed in the world. You know it. I know it. Put your thoughts in there. Let us know what you think about this. Thanks for being here today. I appreciate it. I'll probably be back for another video later on. I'll try it at least. Yeah, we're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. If you want to help us, you can become a member. If not, if you want to help yourself and get yourself something wonderful, I've been telling you about Public Rec forever. I'm going to tell you about them again. Get yourself some Public Rec. You help yourself. You help the channel. Here you go. My style has gotten so much better since I started this podcast. I'll tell you that. I've just learned about companies that I didn't know about before, and I'm so glad. Public Rec is like my go-to. I love Public Rec. I've been so comfortable in these pants that I've been getting for them. And I'll tell you, you want to be real? Let's get real. Nobody's got time for these stiff, uncomfortable clothes anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, it's February. It's cold. And you deserve to be comfortable in whatever you're wearing. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Public Rec does that. Then the pants I'm telling you about, they're a game changer. They're designed to be as comfy as your favorite sweats, but they are way more stylish. My wife saw them in them. She's like, oh my gosh, what are those? I said, at Public Rec. Super soft fabric, no stiff seams, and enough stretch to keep up with whatever your day throws at you. It's not just about pants. They have so many great style options, whether you're working all day in the office, running errands, grabbing a drink with the guys. Who doesn't want to look sharp without sacrificing comfort? And I'll tell you, once you put them on, you're going to wonder why you ever wore anything else. Now, Public Rec not only has the most comfortable pants ever made, but they have a huge selection of high-quality, everyday premium styles. You can revamp your entire wardrobe with their perfect fitting polos, shorts, hoodies. This February, treat yourself right because comfort is always in season. Upgrade to Public Rec and feel the difference. For a limited time, you can get 20% off at Public Rec by using the code DTE at checkout. You just head to publicrec.com, you use that code DTE, you're all set. Oh, when they ask you how you found them, you got to tell them that we sent you. It does. It really helps us out. Find your perfect fit. Never compromise on comfort again. Public Rec, where comfort rules.